I almost started a fight with the fastest kid in Kentucky. Junior year of high school, down at the track and field state championship. We were supposed to have a good team, our high school, supposed to be contenders. We all ran horrible that day or whatever, and like me and my buddies, we all ended up running track and cross country because we got cut or injured in other sports, and we all just ended up like running together because we were like, well, we might as well hang out. So for us, even if you were a really good like cross country runner, like you were Division 1, gonna go, on a full ride somewhere, we didn't care. You're just, the better you were just more of a bitch to us because we're like, why would you take this shit serious? So we're down at the state championship meet for track in Lexington, UK, like sick track, honestly. Like it was a packed house, like sweet atmosphere. And our races have already taken place or whatever. So like we don't give a shit, right? Hanging out by turn 3, which was like the least busy part of the track. And this kid from our rival high school is running. Now granted, what I said was a dick thing to say, but he's an ugly kid. He's probably one of the ugliest kids I've ever seen. And even if I saw him today, I'd be like, no offense, you're an ugly kid. Like he kind of had like a Humpty Dumpty look to him. It's an ugly kid. So I remember it was like the mile or the 2 mile, but he was really fucking good. I think he had like a Division 1 scholarship to West Virginia or whatever. Like he was a freak. So he's coming around the corner, and I'm like, God, I'm so tired of seeing this fucking kid win all the time. I'm standing with my buddies, and they're like, yeah, dude, like, fuck this kid. I'm like, I agree, fuck this kid. I'm gonna talk shit to him. And they're like, don't say anything. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna fucking talk shit to this kid. So he comes around the corner for like his last lap of the race, and I'm like, hey, you might be the fastest kid in the state, but you're the ugliest kid in the state. Really, not even that bad of a thing to say. I didn't know that we were standing right next to his entire like high school team / family section. So the head coach for his high school was like, who said that? And I'm like, oh shit. And the whole parents and them were all like, hey, why would you say something like that? Because you gotta remember, like, this ain't a football game or basketball, like it's track and cross country, so people are a little extra sensitive about that type of stuff. So they're freaking out. Like the coach is freaking out. The families and other athletes are freaking out that I called him ugly. Like, God forbid I called somebody ugly. So I'm like, fuck this, I'm out. I duck out, walk back to our team tent. Now, again, granted, our team had a really shitty day, right? So our coach is already pissed off. So their coach goes and gets our coach. So he comes booking over. So my buddies are getting ripped by the opposing coach and these family members of this kid. And then our coach, our track coach in high school was insane. He was like on the side, he was like a teacher. He was also like a welder. And he always wore this huge like 10-gallon cowboy hat to our meets. Like the dude was just off his fucking rocker. Loved him, but he was crazy. And he was a scary dude and he was pissed. So he's already pissed about the fact that we had a shitty day as a track team. But when he heard that shit, he came booking over. He's like, who fucking said that shit? What the hell? Like, gotta have some class, some sportsmanship. Like, just ripping my buddies. Tells them whoever did it is getting suspended from a meet or whatever. Like, says like some crazy, wicked punishment for calling a kid ugly. Like, God forbid. So, I'm over at the team tent, eating some fruit snacks, chilling. My buddies come over after getting ripped for something that I said. And they're like, Tom, what the fuck? Like, can't believe you just let us get in trouble. I'm like, what are you talking about? I had no clue that they were getting ripped the whole time I was at the team tent. So they come over like, dude, come on, like, we're gonna get in trouble. Like, can you just go say it was you? I'm like, oh yeah, I'll say it was me. Like, I'm the one that said it. So I walk out there and in my head I'm like, damn, like, I'm afraid to go talk to my head coach because he's crazy. He might kill me, because at the time I was a junior. Like, I wasn't even like important to the team. I'm like, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. So I walk over to him and I'm like, hey coach, and he's like, 1 second. The kid throwing discus for us was a senior. He wins individual state on his last throw. They're all celebrating and shit, freaking out. My coach is so happy for him or whatever. So after that whole thing goes down, my coach's mood is totally changed, right? He's in a great mood. He's so happy for this kid that just won discus. And I go, hey coach, I was the one that called that kid ugly. And he just goes, don't worry about it. He's like, I figured it was you the whole time. I'm like, yeah, thank you. See, it's not you. It was no big deal. So after that, I didn't get in trouble for it, but it was funny. So the discus thrower saved my ass. So yeah, so that was funny. I was riding around town thinking to myself, the dumbest thing about that, our head cross country coach was the assistant track coach, and he tried to suspend me for a race my senior year of cross country for just talking shit at a track meet. Not even the same fucking sport. A bitch move.
Apologize!